Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys,
and TV and movies too. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Toy Duo team. We come to you every Saturday at noon Pacific Standard Time. You know what I just realized about that intro now that I have looked at it again is it says guest starring James Gunn.
Oh, does it?
On the one clip there. So it's like that is completely misleading. But anyway.
Well, no. We could have him scheduled as a guest. And at the end of
show up.
At the end of every episode, be like, we apologize to everybody for James Gunn not showing up today. But what was that? Wasn't there a running gag on Jimmy Kimmel or something where he was like, "And sorry, Matt Damon didn't make it once again," or something at the end of every episode.
Those guys had like some sort of like a rivalry or something like that going, right?
Yeah,
like
some
sort of running joke.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, we got a true duo here today.
You could get James Gunn on your joke, and then eventually it might be like if we do 100 episodes where every episode you say, "Sorry, James Gunn couldn't make it again," maybe eventually he'll just pop on. He'll be like, "Well, I heard you've been waiting for me." So,
have you seen this guy on TikTok? This James So or whatever. He goes around and he's like, $1 or mystery gift. And then the mystery gift is always like some MacBook Pro or an iPad or something like that.
No, I haven't seen that guy yet. But
and then after they open the iPad, they're saying like thank you and stuff, and he just does this thing where he's like looking at the camera, and then after like 15 seconds, he goes, "Drake, please collab." So he's trying to get Drake to collaborate with him. It's so funny.
I've seen other generous people videos where they. They walk up and ask a question, and then they just give them $100 or something.
I think
they're like, "What?"
I've been these Ross figures are like $5 or whatever, and sometimes I think like, I'm just gonna buy like 20 figures. I'm gonna walk around a park and have somebody film me just putting them in people's bags.
Yeah, they'll be like, "What the
hell is this?" But make it really obvious, like I was trying to steal something, but I'm actually just throwing a figure in there. Anyway,
can you get in trouble for reverse stealing?
I don't know. I don't know. You probably could. They probably get you for assault or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Johnnerhead is here, and I'm here, and I think Dan's running a little bit late, but right now we have a true duo.
How can Rick not be here on the day that we announce Hammerhead is coming?
He purposely is not here. He's protesting the Hammerhead reveal.
What?
Yeah,
he finally gets his Hammerhead and he's not happy with it?
Yeah, he's not happy.
He wanted the swimsuit, didn't he? He wanted the swimsuit.
You know what? The thing is, when we get to that figure, we could talk about the blue or the red because it is screen accurate, by the way.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Let's say hi to some people in the chat. Rolando is here saying hello.
They didn't make Walrus Man with like orange arms and blue whatevers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. And then Super Awesome Geek Show is here, not Johnnerhead. He's in the chat.
Yeah.
Gary's Grails has joined us. He was on last week for a little bit. He played our new game. Rick's not here, so it'll be you against somebody. Probably. Sunny's Sundries is here saying hello. G-Force Racing has joined us. We got Gerard Kane has jumped in saying, "Hey,
Gerard,
everyone."
Sunny. Sunny was here, yeah.
Sunny, and then
Orlando, Gary.
Hello.
G-Force says it sounds like harassment or disturbing the peace. If you gave someone an action figure, it's disturbing the peace.
Oh, okay. Yeah, especially if they hate action figures. Can you imagine if they just did not like action figures at all?
They throw it at you. God, freaking.
Anyways, I have all these banners and stuff like that.
Or what if you get like a really bad person where they're like, every time I come to the park, this happens to me. He's throwing the figures down.
I know, right? Like, Anyways, make sure you go over and sub to Super Awesome Geek Show if you haven't already, and then
thank you,
ask questions and comment. Just know that memberships are available on my channel and your channel too, right? You have memberships?
Yeah.
Let's see. We're going to do the reveals.
As low as 99 cents. right?
Yeah, 99 cents. And then you can super chat if you want. You get nothing from it except for a thank you. But it is greatly appreciated. Anyways, I'm not going to beat the dead horse on that one. All right, let's see. I am going to do this. Okay, this was the banner. And did you hear that they announced the Silver Surfer in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie?
Wait a minute. Julia Garner is going to play the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, she's going to play this character that was
the newer one, right?
No, she's not new. She was originally what's her name? Like Bala Rawl or whatever. She was introduced in issue 1 back in 1968.
68. Wow, yeah, she's not that new. Yeah.
So anyways, do you know who the actress is, the Julia Garner?
Oh, I know I've heard of her before, but I'd have to see a picture to remind me what she looks like.
So I put this little picture down in the bottom, this Inventing Anna. She was in that Netflix show where she played that Anna girl where it was like, I don't have time for this. I don't, where she was like supposedly the heiress who went around and ripped everybody off because she wasn't really an heiress. She did a really good job in that one. If you watch Ozark, she's in that. And then I think she's been in a couple of other stuff. But what do you think about that casting call?
Oh, yeah. Now I looked her up real quick. I remember this girl. Actually, yeah, I could see her facial structure and everything is going to look good for that.
Right? I think it's a really good casting.
Oh, there's a picture of her with her hair pulled back, so it's all slick back. Yeah.
So she's a variant from another universe. Yeah, so it was kind of like alternate universe, and I think that might be how we're going to be getting this Fantastic Four, right? It's going to be like a parallel universe set back in the. Well, Rick thinks it's set back in like 1947, the year he was born, but I think it's going to be more.
There is a way that they could do that as well. They could do all of this, all these theories in one, because the Fantastic Four in the beginning was heavily tied in with a place called the Negative Zone.
Yes,
and there were times in the comics where one or more of the Fantastic Four gets trapped in the Negative Zone. So you could start out the film in the 60s with them going into space and getting the cosmic rays with their powers.
And then they get released into present time, kind of like...
Well, they come back, but they get trapped in the Negative Zone. And then they're stuck in the Negative Zone until today, and they come out of it.
Oh, that's right. Like with a regular age, kind of like how Michelle Pfeiffer survived all those years in the quantum.
Yeah, without aging. Yeah, correct.
Right,
yeah.
All right. Jonathan's saying hello. Sonny is saying that people want the original Silver Surfer. Please raise your hands in the chat if that's what you want, because I was not impressed with the previous Silver Surfer that they did in that former Fantastic Four movie. But I got to tell you,
that was the only part I liked.
Impressed with that Fantastic Four at all.
That was the only part I liked, was that performance of Silver Surfer. Yeah. The Galactus was terrible, and the characters had run their course,
Right.
But that Silver Surfer I thought was portrayed great.
But people are going to immediately, I think the problem with this, people are going to immediately jump on and, let's see. Okay. Dan's going to join us. He is the co-hostess with the third mostest.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
I apologize.
Let's say what?
I said don't worry. Apologies for being late.
Oh, no problem. You got Northern Nomad jumped in. We got, Shane Shooter is here. Oh, he is saying he wants the original Silver Surfer. So we do got a hand up for the original Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
I personally don't care. I think the actress is great. So I think the idea of it is really kind of cool in a way, right? Yeah. And I don't think I think what you're going to hear, though, is the same argument about like, oh, well, we got to change all the characters. We got to do this. So I think it's important that the news gets out that this character has been around. This is an established comic character. It's just another.
And they're not, and like the guy says in that caption, they're not making Norrin Rad female. They're using Shellabai from just so, yeah.
Sonny is saying that you want to bet that movie will flop. I will not bet you the movie will flop because I think there's going to be enough voices out there wanting it to flop. But I think that because they already did that Silver Surfer and it didn't make like billions of dollars at the box office, I think it's kind of like interesting that they're doing something a little bit different and still sticking with a comic book history.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm probably in no matter what happens, because the thing is that when I originally got comic books, the first couple series that I really went all in on and was trying to finish were Avengers, X-Men, Thor, and the Fantastic Four. So the Fantastic Four was one of my top 4 Marvel books when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Avengers and Fantastic Four and X-Men. I love those team group books. You know, X-Men had a team, Avengers had a team, Fantastic Four was a team. So since I've been into it for so long, I desperately want to see a good Fantastic Four movie. I'll go see it on the hopes that it's good. You know what I mean?
The last good Fantastic Four movie was done by Roger Corman.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that one. Oh,
I'm just kidding. But anyway,
Yeah.
Shane's making some pretty good points, right? Like he's saying that Dan had it up there. He said, I wouldn't mind her playing either Shala Ball classically as she was in the comics, but not the Silver Surfer. Or make, if you want, the female Herald, make her Frankie Nova. He also said
Frankie Nova,
yeah. He also agreed with you, John, that he thought that was the only good thing about that other Fantastic Four movie. And you know what? To me, when you say that about a movie, I mean, I think it just sets the stage for it. The Silver Surfer looks super cool in it. I just thought the movie was, blah. Here you go. This is the argument that everybody is going to jump on that bandwagon right there.
So good point. It's a good time for your point and counterpoint right there.
Yeah, this is an argument I'm not interested in having with people though.
I've had that same thought though since Endgame ended, where a lot of the characters like picking up Eternals, doing some of these other like Miss Marvel and things like that, where I'm going, even Captain Marvel to a point where I'm just like, these are all the comics that continually fail.
Exactly.
You start them up every few years, hoping that they'll finally catch on. But after 12 or 15 issues, you cancel the series again because no one's buying it. And someone who goes to the comic store every week or two buying comics, that's what I see. I constantly see these things being brought back, and they just constantly fail. So
Jonathan's point is that he thinks Pedro Pascal is totally miscast, and I agree with that 100%. I don't think he is Mr. Fantastic, unfortunately.
No, he's not. Yeah,
he's looking at the fail from the cast standpoint.
Yeah. I would have, if that's the cast that they wanted, I would have reversed the Human Torch and Pascal's roles a little bit. I think they would have fit like a little bit better, right? Because I can see Pascal maybe more as a thing.
So Gary's got a point there. She's she's not arguing with Surfer, but I mean they've opened up that door. They can't shut it now, because if they double back on it, it's just going to make them look, unless they close the multiverse. If the next series of movies is going to somehow come back to loop around and close and come back to a new universe with a new set of characters and cast.
I think it's going to be good. I'm really interested in the new Deadpool because of the same thing. Right. I think that Deadpool, like what Gary's saying with Wolverine and Deadpool, I think we're going to, obviously we're going to have the Hugh Jackman Wolverine and we're going to have the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. But I also think there's going to be some wildly absurd versions of Wolverine and Deadpool that come out of the multiverse just because it's Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. You know what I mean? There's going to be just some ridiculous. I think some of it's going to be casting too. You're going to see Matt Damon show up as Wolverine, or something totally ridiculous. Ben Affleck will be Wolverine, or Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper will come out as Wolverine.
Yeah, the thing is about Marvel is funny because I feel like they could take like a really good comic character and completely blow it in a movie. You know what I mean?
Morbius.
Just the way it's portrayed. The one thing that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to prejudge based on the casting of a character or the desire to use maybe this character versus another character, because I want to see how they use it. Now, it could be that this ends up being like a horrible film, or this could be another Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is, even when I find myself going to that point, like you're saying with Pedro Pascal, where I'm just like, oh, I don't know if he's going to be. Everyone thought that when they cast the Joker in that Nolan film. When it announced that Heath Ledger was going to play the Joker, everybody was like, "You're kidding me! Heath Ledger's terrible." Do you mean the guy from Knight's Tale?
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Right?
Like, he's going to be the Joker. Like, are you
Wasn't
crazy?
he in some rom-com too?
Yeah,
like
nobody agreed with that. No one liked it. Everyone was going crazy. But then when they saw the performance, now he's considered the best Joker ever.
Right? Like, you can't top Heath
Yeah,
Ledger.
you can't top it. Yeah.
Nobody's talking about Jack Nicholson anymore. They're talking about Heath Ledger's
Yeah,
Joker.
Why so serious?
Yeah.
Anyways,
now I want to watch the movie again. Damn it.
So they did announce this, and I thought that was kind of interesting. I do like the actress. I do think the character choice is interesting, to say the least. I'd like to see where they go with it. I would have liked them to pick a different Fantastic Four main cast. A couple of them I think were cast pretty good, but I mean, it is what it is. This is what we're gonna get, right?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Yeah, moving on. Let's see. How about Star Wars Tales of the Empire? Are you guys super excited to watch the other 7 minutes of that?
Yes, the next 7 minutes will be pretty good, I think. I am curious. I mean, we had a little bit of a discussion in our Twitter thing about it, but or maybe it was on Instagram. I don't remember where it was, but I am a little concerned with how much of the story can they tell of some of these characters in like 5 or 6 minute snippets. You know what I mean?
Well, hopefully, maybe they're not going to be 5 minutes. Maybe they'll be like 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes it that much better. Yeah.
No, you never know. They could have decided, like, let's expand it a little bit now that we can actually get people in the studio to do voices, and we have more people like working, because I think that original Tales of the Empire was thrown together kind of like COVID, right?
Yeah.
To get product.
Well, like Tales of the Jedi, the first, I guess you could say the first series of this kind of stuff, like it dealt with characters that were already established, and we just got to learn a little bit more about them, especially their background and past. But it's so the parts with Morgan Elsbeth, I think, will only add to her character, because we already know her. We're seeing parts in the cartoon that line up with what happened in the Ahsoka, or was it Boba Fett series? What was it? Or Mandalorian season 3? I don't remember. One of those previous series, right? But the stuff with Barriss, like, that could go so deep that I don't think there's enough time in these shorts to give us a satisfactory arc for her character. You know what I mean? Like, because if you go all the way back to Clone Wars, when she, quote unquote, betrayed Ahsoka and the Jedi Order, she didn't do it because she was turning to the dark side. She did it because she disagreed with where the Jedi Order and the Republic were going. You know what I mean? Like, she said, she even told Ahsoka, we're on the wrong side. The Jedi are falling. They're missing the point. They're falling. Like, she knew that the Jedi were on the wrong side, which is something that, like, Yoda suspected, and Mace Windu even brought it up in their conversation. A lot of Jedi are, going a different way. Dooku left for the same reason, but Dooku did end up joining the bad guys. But there was no necessary indication that said that Barriss was joining the Separatists, joining the dark side. You know what I mean? She just disagreed with them. So, and then eventually Ahsoka did the same thing. She left the Jedi Order because it wasn't. I mean, even Padme told Anakin, "Don't you think we're fighting on the wrong side? Have you ever thought about maybe we're on the wrong side of this?" because all these characters could see that the Republic and the Jedi Order were going down the wrong path. So seeing her suddenly becoming, if Barriss was basically like doing all that and rebelling against it because she doesn't want the Republic and the Jedi to go down a dark path. She thinks they're fighting for the evil side, so she breaks away because that's the good thing to do. Then why would she join the Empire? You know what I mean? So there's got to be more to the story than we're seeing. They're misleading us in that trailer. There's more to her motivation than just I'm a bad guy and joining the dark side and becoming an Inquisitor. There's a reason that she's doing that.
Yes.
Oh, I get totally wound up about Star Wars. I do.
I do. So I've been reading the comments, but that other slide, the previous slide, was exactly to bring out that argument, right? That's exactly what I said at the beginning, that's what people were going to argue about.
Yeah.
All right. So I didn't see the trailer. Was it actually any good?
Oh, I liked it. Yeah, I do.
Dan, did you watch the trailer?
I did not.
Yeah. All right.
I asked you if there was homework. You didn't tell me.
Well,
you haven't watched like hardly any of the cartoons, though, have you, Vern?
No. Yeah,
I've been watching the.
You either, Danny? You don't watch a lot of the cartoons? No.
No, I tried, man. I couldn't get it.
I have been watching the last season of The Bad Batch.
Okay.
And did you guys hear about this? Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan teaming up for a Karate Kid movie.
What? No way.
Yep. Apparently, because Jackie Chan played a character named Mr. Han, he wasn't like a Miyagi, so it wasn't like a reboot. It was. He was
the one that taught Will Smith's kid how to do kung fu.
So it was kind of like same universe, just different path, whatever. So these two guys are going to team up. They're going to train a new guy. So I can imagine the finale when all of the kids from Cobra Kai run out.
Show up. Yeah, they will. There's going to be some of them anyways, I mean, his daughter will have to be in it, right? At least a cameo. At least
Right. Why wouldn't he take her with him?
Yeah.
Wherever he's going. Or maybe it's going to be in LA. Wow, I'm imagining it's going to be set in China or something like that, though.
Well, I mean, it does make. I mean, it's good for them to try it because that Cobra Kai show has really knocked it out of the park, and they've really done a great job with it. You know what I mean? At first, I'm sure a lot of people were questioning, can they really bring back Karate Kid and do a series? And it worked out so good,
Yeah, it was really good. Let's say hi to Mr. B, who's out here saying hello.
Mr. B
jumped in.
So, Sonny or Jonathan? Sonny or Jonathan?
Yeah, Jonathan Redmond saying hello.
Yeah, so $4 billion Disney's lost. Does that sound right?
Yeah, and let's blame it all on Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah,
yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a.
You gotta pick somebody.
Right? Yep, you gotta have somebody to point the finger at. Let's do it.
Let's not blame Rian Johnson at all for his fiasco with The Last Jedi.
Yeah, no.
For all you Last Jedi fans in there, it was the worst movie ever.
Yep.
We did a top 10, and these guys wouldn't let me put they wouldn't let me put the Christmas special in my top 10 or whatever, my top 9 or whatever it was, top 10, because I did not want to list The Last Jedi at my top 10. Yeah, those guys wouldn't let me do it. All right. Anyways, that is the news for the week. I thought it was kind of interesting to read all about that Karate Kid movie, because what they did was they put out a casting call. Apparently that's old news, because I just read about it this week. I'll be having to blame all the executives at Lucasfilm. Yeah, they just need to get their names in the news. I've even getting on that, I've heard that it's potentially sabotaged too by Kathleen Kennedy. Right? I've even read that article, which I think is hilarious, because the article was trying to say that, like, in the beginning, none of her ideas were like taken very seriously. So when she had the opportunity to be in charge, she was gonna get back at all the guys who like ignored her back in the day or something like that. It's like the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of. You want to be the executive of a company and then run it into the ground. So that's what you're remembered for.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what's the conspiracy there? If it was sabotage, was she working for the Russians or what's?
No, like supposedly in the beginning, because she started with them in the beginning, right? They were all good friends, but the article was trying to say like, oh, they never took any of her ideas very seriously or whatever, undermined her or whatever in the beginning. So now that she's at the top, but I think like, come on. Let's see. Northern Nomad saying George should have kept majority creative control when he sold to Lucasfilm. I think that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Didn't he want to get? I mean,
but the thing is that I'm not so sure we would be enjoying the sequels even if he did them, because his idea of for the sequels to go into the microscopic world and tell the story of the Metachlorians, I just don't see how that would work as a story. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, when Disney's putting out the greatest Disney Plus series that ever aired, right? They're doing something right. And I'm only doing that because Jonathan's in there talking about
I was just getting ready to reply to him. $200 million on She-Hulk.
Anything with the Hulk. Come on.
I'm kind of wondering though, because if you look it up, it says the Walt Disney Company made $88.9 billion in 2023. In 2022, they made $82.7 billion. So that's an annual growth of over 7%. Okay. But then you look at how much of that is like how much they paid out. You know, that's how much they brought in. Right. But it said the Walt Disney Company of that 88.9 billion, Walt Disney Company generated a net income profit of $2.35 billion. So they spent $90 billion,
right?
And only $2 billion was extra. Do you know what I mean? So they brought in 90. They spent 88. They spent $88 billion on projects, but they made $90 billion. So they
made all their money back plus a few billion.
Plus $2 billion.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they had an extra of $2 billion. But it's amazing to me that they're spending $88 billion on stuff. Like,
listen, I got to tell you, like, it's an interesting thing because when you have a company that big, right, and they're spending that much money, right, it's not like they went out and bought $88 billion worth of cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then put them in somebody's garage. They didn't spend all their money on action figures and hoard them in their room. Like, I got to buy one to keep in the box and one to put on the shelf. No, they went out and they paid salaries.
Yeah.
Right. They paid for services.
Production of films and TV and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I imagine like this, right? Like, so we can say it like, okay, so let's say they're going to spend $200 million doing She-Hulk. So one, you got all the salaries for every employee that was working on that show. So every employee now is gainfully employed and can add to the existing economy and purchase and do their stuff and live their lives and buy their house and all that kind of stuff, right? Then they got to maintain the service where they're going to provide you that show, like Disney Plus, the streaming thing. So now you have a whole nother set of employees that you're paying that can also contribute, right? So all of this money that gets paid
and
out
buildings and infrastructure, they're paying electricity.
About, you know, there's more things. Every time they went to a location, they paid for hotel rooms. And then guess what? Those hotels were able to have employees. So every dollar that gets spent into the economy creates jobs. You know what I mean? So if we want to say, let's not let them spend $200 million to make a show, just imagine how many people are going to be unemployed because of that. Because that hotel is not going to be able to fill up every day of the week on its own. You know what I mean? But when a studio is renting a space, they take their people on, they hire a catering company, you know, all that money isn't just spent into thin air. It's spent on tangible something where now some other individual is able to have a job and then You know, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No,
So it's like it's a
well,
revolving.
it's generating an entire ecosystem. It's
Yeah.
not like they're just dumping that into,
But I'm just
Listen, it's
still
something else.
amazed.
Like if I get let me just say this, John. If I go to like Goodwill and I buy something for $10 and I'm able to like sell it on eBay for $12, yeah, I'm like going, okay, I made $2 from all of my effort. But if I'm able to go to Goodwill and spend $1 billion, right, and then I make 1.5, I might be able to sell it for $1.5 billion, which is like, then I make $500 million. That's a huge amount of money, even though I put out most of what I made back. That is an enormous amount of money. So to make
it even worth $1 billion? Oh, 7.4. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, people got to.
I thought maybe you went a little too high with the $1 billion.
No, it said they made. Look. It says that they brought in basically $90 billion, but they spent $88 billion on projects. So their profit, their income after everything, after you pay everything, was $2 billion.
But
so they made money. They made money last year. They made money last year. They made $2 billion profit.
That's after all of your payroll expenses.
Yeah, after everything.
That's a pretty good return on your investment in my mind, because it's billions.
I take it.
It's just crazy to me that they spent $88 billion.
Yeah, but
that's insane. How do you even do that?
It's not like it's like investing in the stock market, right? If you invested like $100, your return is like $20 off your shares. But if you then spend $1 million, then you made $200,000 off your shares.
Yeah.
Right. So
Hey, Darth.
Got to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
That was Dandy wanted me to run in 2024, and then Northern Nomad wants me to be the new CEO of Disney.
Yep.
And Jonathan's telling me to go pound sand somewhere. Man. Yeah, Shane. They only made $2 billion. Come on. That's horrible. Yeah. At least they're not in the red. Right.
But I think what would also be interesting is kind of to Jonathan's point, how many projects did they do? Like, was that generated off of maybe like 3 or 4 projects that they did? I'm not saying just the entertainment industry, but other stuff included that, Disney does as a whole, and all these other sub companies that they own. Because there are a lot of projects that they say, like, you spent $100 million on and they got $90 million back. So they lost.
And they lost, right?
So they lost money on.
Yeah, overall profits were $2 billion. They obviously lost money on the parks and probably lost money on Disney Plus. But where did they make that money at?
Where did they make that money back? Yeah, and it was probably from sub companies that a lot of people don't realize Disney even owns. You know what I mean? Like.
And they I read it earlier. They really do need to spend a little bit more money on their VFX, because the last few things that they've done just did look awful, right? Some of that stuff looked like a cartoon. I was watching Discovery. The last season started, by the way. So John's like 8 weeks away from his Paramount Plus subscription.
What happened? Hold on, sorry. What?
Star Trek Discovery.
Oh yeah.
So
no, we actually have Paramount right now because Mom wanted to watch. Oh, what the hell was it? I think it was one of those FBI, one of those shows with the cops. Did they do the FBI ones?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
she wants. Now, right?
She wants to watch the FBI ones, so we bought it. We share.
Oh, that's cool.
With a lot of things.
I'm really watching the show called Tracker, which I like.
Is that the one with the Oliver Queen? Green Arrow?
Dustin Hartley, the guy who played.
Yeah, Green Arrow. Yeah,
in the Smallville series.
Yes,
that's how far back John is.
It's exactly.
Pretty decent. Kiwi Customs has joined us. Dracula's Drip has jumped in. Darth Rock. Did we mention Darth Rock? Let's see. I'm putting together a silver 3D printed Razor Crest. Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Wow.
All right. You know what? I'm going to throw this in the chat. We're going to do. Let's let's see, the creator spotlight of the week. So I put the link in the chat. I was prepared this week because Rick gave me a really hard time because I did not come prepared last week. It's Quick Pick Toys over there on Instagram.
Wait, did they shoot Luke Skywalker?
It sure looks that way. He's down for the count.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought these look pretty cool. And then pulled a couple of them.
Wow.
I was gonna say, are these supposed to not be Black Series? Where did he get the dancer girl?
Oh, it's probably a custom. I bet he
Oh, look at that. It's Alia Sakura.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
And he just put stuff on the head. He redid the head. Yeah.
And then I pulled this one off, which I thought was pretty cool too.
Oh. Classic scene.
Yeah. So anyways, if you get a chance and you're looking for some action figure photography, give the guy a follow. It's Quick Pick Toys over there on Instagram. The link's in the chat. That is our creator spotlight of the week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was a bad doctor. She was also very rude to a lot of the people in the sick bay.
The Next Generation?
Yeah, she doesn't have a good bedside manner.
She was.
She's very, like...
I did like, who was the other doctor that came on a little bit after?
Pulaski.
Yeah, I liked her character a little bit better, and I got to tell you why. The original Star Trek, to me, was built around these characters that didn't necessarily agree with each other, right? They always had some sort of like conflict about the decision making, and they all were very opinionated. When Star Trek The Next Generation started, I just felt like it was all warm and fuzzy, and everybody was like, yes, let's beam down. Let's all shoot our lasers as the same thing. We all have no problem with all of these orders or anything. Well, we can't violate the Prime Directive. And, oh, you're right, number one, we definitely can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, it was all warm and fuzzy. And then when Crusher left and Pulaski, she came in, she was kind of like a thorn in everybody's side in my mind, where she didn't like necessarily agree with them. And I felt like, okay, now I got real Star Trek, where somebody has an opinion.
Well, and a lot of the characters moved around after that too, because it's funny to think about it, but like when the first season was out, there was no engineer. Like they were running the ship without an engineer, and then like by the second or third season, they were like, they gave, he was like a pilot at first, but by the second or third season, they were like, wait a minute, we need an engineer. Jordy, you're the engineer now.
Engineer. I don't know why you were up on the bridge. You should have been down in engineering.
Yes, but he became the chief engineer. You know, it was like, and you notice too in the first season, they tried to be like. They tried to be like all inclusive in the first season, so they made men wear skirts. If you look in the background, there's some guys walking around wearing dresses and wearing skirts as the uniform, like the same skimpy short skirt that the girls wore in the original Star Trek, but the guys are wearing it.
Not a bricklayer. Oh, I had to throw that in there because it's sunny.
Yeah.
Spock and Bones chemistry.
Yeah. Bones,
but they never like in the original Star Trek, it was really Kirk, Bones, and Spock. Like that was the trio. That was what the stories always included, and the other guys were sort of like the extra characters. But in the Next Generation, they really tried to make it about like a 7 or 8 person cast, and I always thought that some of it fell short because they were trying to include too many people. It should have been like Data, Picard, and somebody else, Worf or something like the trio, another trio thing.
What Shane is saying, that they created Pulaski to be like opposed
Bones,
to Data, like Bones and Spock.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You know what? And I did not hate her. I thought she was a great character because of the
conflict.
Created a little bit of like, interesting. I think that's why Star Trek Voyager to me. Come on, everybody, let's talk about the female captain here. Star Trek Voyager to me was kind of one of my favorite series because those characters came in disagreement.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So I really like, and the fact
that was a good series.
Cut off. Yeah. I like the fact that they were.
And I'm glad that they actually let them end the show at the end too. They didn't just cancel Voyager without getting an ending. Like they actually made it home in the last episode and had a good ending. You know what I mean? A final farewell.
Is that true what Shane's saying?
Yeah, I did not know this.
Chief engineer who had a Boston accent, but he wrote fake fan mail praising himself to get more screen time, but they fired him. I assume they caught on.
Really? Yeah.
That's
I'll
funny.
have to check it out. I don't remember.
You got to
him,
give
but-
the guy credit for like.
Yeah, trying,
Yeah,
right?
Can you
brilliant,
imagine
man.
how
Yeah.
much fan mail was he trying to write himself? Is what I want to know.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
And if that's true, that guy
Oh,
from
Argyle. Yes, I do remember a guy named Argyle. You're right.
Oh, that's funny.
that guy
Yes,
from
that's right.
that guy from
Yeah.
Food Network should have taken a page out of that and not beefed up his resume.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
the
right.
mis-
There was a guy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And I like that Chief Miles O'Brien was like the transporter guy. He just sat in that transporter room for his whole career. And then he finally was like, you know what? We're going to upgrade you. You're going to move to Deep Space Nine. And you're going to
you can be
you're
an
going to get a
engineer.
promotion. You're going to get a promotion from from transporter guy to the chief engineer of an entire space station. Like,
You may not know how the space station mechanics work, but you'll definitely be able to like transport people on and
people.
off.
Yeah.
Well, he could be the engineer because there was no propulsion. It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just revolved around the planet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My favorite Deep Space Nine is the one with the Tribbles one. Do you remember where they went back in time?
The trouble,
Yeah.
the trouble.
That was
Yeah.
great how they did that. Man.
They brought Jadzia Dax and Worf, right? Didn't Worf have to go back?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like,
And-
what's going
And they
Those
were
are
like,
Klingons?
those are Klingons? What's wrong? We don't talk about that. So dumb.
They explained that. They tried to explain that in Star Trek Enterprise with
Yes.
Captain Archer.
Yeah. I think they mentioned it again in Discovery, didn't they? Or
Did
there
they?
was some mutation time. Gary's saying, what do you think about Star Trek Discovery? It's in its final season. I watched the first episode last night, and I got to tell you, it was pretty good.
I'll have to watch it. I didn't know
Yeah,
it was
it was
up yet.
pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a whole speeder bike scene in there.
The third season of Discovery was better. Was it third or fourth? The last season was better than all the previous ones. Because I didn't like the way what they did with the Klingons and stuff. Like why?
With their secret spaceship that nobody ever heard
No,
of.
and why make them look different? Like why make everything look different? If you establish a universe with a certain look, it should never change, as long as you're within that universe. So if Discovery is supposed to be in the same universe as Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and the classic Star Trek, why do the alien races look so drastically different? And then you come out with Strange New Worlds there with Captain Pike, and you've got the original, all the aliens looking like they did in Deep Space Nine and you know what I mean? So they don't look like they look in Discovery. So it's like, what the hell? They're all supposed to be in the same universe, but you've got two shows running concurrently where the aliens look totally different.
Totally different.
It's like if someone just came out and said, "Oh yeah, my new Star Wars movie, Wookiees are actually lizards. They're not hairy things." You know what I mean? You would freak out. Like the whole Star Wars community would go ape shit. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean Wookiees are lizards?
Take whatever liberties you need. That's fine.
Yeah. I think they I don't know. It was interesting that Discovery was so far, because I was confused. Like they had this ship that could like just bounce around the universe, and then all of a sudden, how are they going to explain this? Because we never heard about this in any other Star Trek show. But they did a pretty good job of saying it's classified.
And then it went to the future, so they couldn't.
Yeah.
And
then the secret classification. So I guess that Michelle Yeoh is going to have her own show, and I guess that's finally ramping up, right, for production. It's going to be the secret police, whatever show.
Oh, Sector 7.
Yeah, they're going to be doing theirs.
No, I think Sector 7 was in Transformers. This is Section 51 or something.
Yeah,
right?
whatever.
Yeah.
So Rick has joined the chat saying he's so happy that he missed the Trekker episode. I'm very disappointed. Rick was not actually allowed to come on this week's stream because of Star Trek Discovery started, and he is not a fan of Star Trek. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
You know, he lost to Gary last week because he tried to name like 7 different Star Trek movies by saying Star Trek 1, Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3.
Well, yeah, technically
Was wrong.
Well, that they did say that it was Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 3, you know what I mean? So
anyways, Rick said he's at a toy show and said he might like chat in from the toy show, but we'll see if he gets an opportunity.
I find it very interesting that even though he claims not to be a Star Trek fan, he knows the proper term.
Yes,
because even though the movie's called everybody Trekkies, a lot of the original Star Trek guys consider themselves Trekkers.
Trekkers, that's right.
So, and Rick apparently knows that, so he knows enough about Star Trek and enough about Star Trek fandom to get it right. Even though he's protesting
he's a secret Star Trekker.
Yeah, he's a secret Star Trek fan, I think.
Hey, okay, who here has gone to a Star Trek convention?
Oh, I did. I started out going to those because that was the only thing back in the day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple.
William Shatner was one of the first celebrity people I got an autograph from.
Hey, okay, so if we were all to dress up like Star Trek, let's let the chat decide who would I have to be.
Oh, you're Riker. You're Riker. You're Riker.
Come on, does anybody want to have to take a guess?
Who's
William Riker? You're Riker.
Somebody from Disney or anybody else?
From Star Trek.
He's Riker. He's number 1.
Yeah, Dan is definitely Riker today.
No, I thought you would be Riker, Vern.
Oh no, look at Dan's beard.
But yeah, you're right.
Riker.
Dan does have the Riker beard. Yeah, you're right.
No.
I don't think anyone has a beard like this in Star Trek. Well, I would have to be a Klingon. That's what I would have to be. They put bumps on my head. They put bumps on my head and make me a Klingon.
Remember that episode where Jean-Luc Picard lived an entire lifetime and he learned how to do the flute?
Yeah, that's right.
It was a guy, an elder in the village. You could be that guy.
Oh, okay. I'm that guy. Well, I do know some Klingon. I know Nuke Duck Yuch Dapo.
He's the guy they found at the end of Logan's Run.
Let's see if
That's too old.
Hey, you know what, John? I think you should do. You have a TikTok channel, right?
What, me?
Yeah, you have TikTok?
I do. I don't think I've ever used it, but I do have
I think
one.
you should go around and recreate all of Jack Black's TikToks. like he does these things where he goes into a record store and pulls out like a, or whatever. I think you should try to recreate all of them, but
absolutely.
But duet his video.
Oh, okay.
I think it'd be hilarious because you guys got exactly the same beard and color. Oh man, let's see. Okay, let's see. I would be
the thing is my mother took me to a Star Trek convention when I was a kid. Actually, my dad took me to one or two when I was younger too, because I remember him meeting some of the actors and being like, "Wow, this is really interesting." But I first met Kenny Baker at a Star Trek convention because there was no other convention when we were kids. It was the Star Trek was the first conventions, and that brought celebrities and stuff. There was comic shows and toy shows, but they were the first one to bring celebrity guests, like actors from the films and stuff. But when I met Kenny Baker, it was at a Star Trek convention. They brought him out, and he was the first Star Wars guy that I met. But it was at a Star Trek convention.
Just seeing how those ears would fit on me.
Oh, you're going to be Quark?
Apparently. And I thought Shane was saying I should be Marina Sirtis, but he said that he met her.
He met her.
Wait a minute, wait. That's who I'm going to be? I feel like this life form is sad.
Ouch.
All right. Anyways, let's do it. All right. Okay. So this week we got a bunch of new toys that were announced. So we call this the hot or not section. You guys can play along and tell us if you think this figure will end up in your collection or will end up at Ross before it ends up in your collection.
Yeah.
For $5.99. These are the toys that are being peddled this week.
Or if it's not even worth a $5.99. Oh, those
These
are cool.
Super 7 Rocky figures. They are $47 a piece.
Good Lord.
No, I'm just kidding. They're probably like $22 or
They
whatever.
are going to be like that. Yeah, but they look awesome. I love those card backs. Look at that, especially the Rocky ones. Wow.
The card backs are cool on these. The prices are a little bit high.
Yeah.
I think there was some sort of like a shakeup over at Super 7 because I saw some posts about like hopefully the quality control will get better.
Didn't they can the actual CEO or something? The guy in charge?
something about that.
Or a creative director? I don't remember who it was, but they canned somebody up big up there.
Northern Nomad Vern is a space shrink. They're not buying it.
But
Jonathan Redmond, these are 3 new Super 7 figures you'll need to add into your secret collection of Super 7 figures.
If I happen to like with most of the Super 7 reaction stuff, if I see them at Target or somewhere when I'm out and about and they're marked down to like 10, 12, sometimes even $13, I will buy them. I buy a lot of them when they hit that price point. But I don't pay for them when they're at the $20, $25 mark, you know. I just won't buy them. So hopefully I'll see these on clearance at some point for 10 or 12 bucks and I might buy them then, you know.
Okay, Left Coast is calling me out for fake news. He's saying that the news was all fake news and nothing has changed with Super 7.
Oh. Okay.
So interesting how
the subpar 7
how the rebranded Twitter allowed that fake news onto the internet.
Yeah.
Just kidding. All right. Anyways, I think they look cool, but yeah, I think everybody's saying the same thing for like $10 or on sale, John, like you said, $12 maybe.
Yeah.
If I saw these, I might pick up a couple of these if they were around $10.
Yeah.
All right. What about Mcfarlane? Is releasing the Penguin looks good, man. I think
he does look good. Yeah,
does look good.
I really like this version of Penguin. It reminds me of like when I was a kid, I used to have all the Migos, and so the Penguin had this like kind of classic look. It looks cool, and you know what? He could actually scale with your 6-inch figures because he's going to be shorter than right.
Yeah, sure.
Should they have called him Cobblepot?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the Super 7. So you guys are all 100% in on these McFarlane's, right? Multiverse?
No, I don't buy them. I don't buy them.
Come on. Dan,
I like the way they look, but I just haven't. It's too much of a collection for me. I have a Batman. I have a Superman. I'm happy with them. I have a Green Lantern.
You need a Penguin.
No, I didn't go into all their rogues galleries.
Look, he's totally comic book.
There's still too many figures to go for.
It's a comic book version, though.
And look at that detail.
Look at it. Purple pants.
It looks great.
Orange vest.
Yeah.
Tails. He's got tails.
Go perfect with the classic looking Batman.
I see some passes in there. Yeah. How about this guy?
Oh, yeah. Is he
yard worker?
Captain Cold? Oh, Boomerang. It's Boomerang. Yeah.
I was like, if he was 6 inches, it would be perfect for him and Shipwreck to have a fight in stop motion. But unfortunately, he still could because he could just be a big shipyard worker. My only problem is his jacket is permanently in a flying up position. I'm guessing.
No, it can't be.
You think that that's flexible and somehow
he just bent it somehow? He bent it.
You don't think
there's a clip
position. There's
a clip off camera holding it up. You know.
I'm hoping that there's a flex point in that so you can get a couple of different looks. Rick is trying to say it's soft goods. Maybe if it's wired soft goods,
like a pleather, like a pleathery.
Oh, yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I had a couch that color.
Soft goods.
This is probably the same material.
I like how they call it soft goods.
All right, Gary buys select ones. Rick, of course, it's all fire. Jonathan's gonna wait for the Matex Mafex, I think. Penguin, Northern Nomad. I've got the McFarlane Arkham Penguin. Okay, that one's actually good. Soft goods. The jacket of soft goods. It's not soft serve.
It's soft serve.
Not to be confused.
No, it's soft serve. Okay. Anyways, if it's soft goods like that, I guess it's kind of cool. I guess so, because look at his little scarf.
The generic bully dude, yeah.
Yep. It looks good though. I mean, I like it. Okay, and then we had some vintage collection. We got Kanan on card. John's gonna run right out and make sure that he pre-orders all of these from every retailer in town in case they decide to take it out of production before shipping you the figures that were pre-ordered, because that makes 0 sense whatsoever.
No, I haven't been pre-ordering most of these. I pick them up when I see them.
Right. Have you heard this thing about Hasbro though? People are getting these notices, and the companies are saying, we're sorry, we're no longer going to be able to ship this product because we were informed by the manufacturer that they've taken it out of production. I think the newest one is that vintage collection chopper. So I think it's interesting that they actually have product that are sold, but they took them out of production before filling the orders.
Wow.
So anyways, Kanan, I think it looks pretty good. I like the card. I like the card backs on these. I'm not a big vintage collection figure, but if collector, but if I was, I'd probably pick them up.
I always think that Kanan though should come with 2 heads, or at least a visor that you could attach to his head.
That would have been a cool.
Because why?
Addition, right?
Yeah, like because halfway through the show he loses his eyesight, you know. So.
All right, here is the $30 Zeb that Jonathan's talking about. It's the deluxe Zeb because obviously he deserves to come in a box, because that staff is made of so much plastic. I don't know.
I wait for these. Did you see that? Like, I just bought that Sabine box one with the cat, and I bought Curse's Stan and Dan.
For $5.99 at Ross.
Yeah, no, they were $7.99 at Target on clearance.
Oh yeah, I saw that one on clearance. So I went back.
I bought both of those because I waited. I didn't buy them when they were new. I didn't want to, and I'm waiting for the Luke. If they make the Luke down to $7.99, I'll buy it then.
I would like to know what qualifies as a deluxe. Is it just because the character is bigger than other characters? Because
because they did that Luke Skywalker Jedi training with Grogu and the little frogs,
and they made him a deluxe.
He's a deluxe box, yeah.
Now I get Zeb as a bigger figure overall, kind of like the way Wrecker is like bigger, but I don't think the character being bigger necessarily qualifies it as a deluxe. Deluxe. I think everybody's in agreement that that's kind of
absolutely. It's cheesy, stupid.
Yeah. But like Zeb is a cool character.
Like hers is Dan.
Yeah, but I will tell you the reason I do like Zeb is because it's a race of creatures that were based on McQuarrie's original artwork for Chewbacca.
Yeah.
So because of the history, I do like that part of the character. Ezra from Ahsoka.
Yeah. That's a terrible back image, though.
And if you wanted to, you could order all those Night Trooper figures in that 4-pack box, and you could do a head swap. Then you can get Ezra in the Night figure outfit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. Order 2. I think you got to order
that.
2.
Except didn't that Ezra have longer hair?
Oh, that's true, huh? This is just the hologram Ezra. Never mind.
Yeah.
You can't do any of those things that I just said with this figure.
Because this is the thing that doesn't make any sense, that they're still producing, because they did this figure in the other card back art, and it's like the only thing that this figure showed up as is that hologram.
Yes.
Like when Ezra showed up in the show, and for the whole show, he didn't look like this at all. Yeah, he didn't look like this at all. So it's like, why are they making an Ezra figure and continuing to make an Ezra figure based on just one little hologram that was in it for like a half a second?
So let's say hi to Blacked Out Ewoks, and then I'm going to answer your question with another question. Do you think, and would you have bought this hologram figure if the lower legs were clear and he came with Iron Man's chest piece that would light up and you could stand him on it?
You
You know what I mean? You know those little puck
Like-
figures?
Yeah,
What
like
if this one-
holographic version.
Yeah, like half of it could have been clear from the legs. You could have stood him up on the little light thing and he would have looked like the hologram from the show because this is the only time you're ever going to use it, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
All right. Jonathan saying the bearded Ezra would be a super cool figure. I totally agree.
That
And
would
I'm
have been
hoping
cool, yeah.
that they announced that as a Black Series figure a year before they decide to ever make a Carson Teva figure. Because yeah, there's no reason to do Carson Teva now. He's only been in like every single one of the new shows.
Yeah.
And the holograms are truly outrageous.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to watch it all the time.
Heck yeah.
All right.
But
And the one
wasn't it Gem with a J though?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, but when you're reading it, we would have read it wrong.
Yeah, Gem.
You know, I might have said Gem instead of Gem.
With a
I know.
J. Yeah, Gem is J with a J. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jonathan, the mechanic from Mando needs a figure too. Yeah, she should come in like a pack, make her like $67. She can come with a whole set of droids.
She needs to come with a Jawa too.
And Jawa.
Yeah, in a Jawa.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And the figure that Rick has been waiting patiently his entire life for in Black
There it
Series
is.
is the movie version of Hammerhead.
Yeah.
And
Surprisingly, this looks a lot like Doc Ondar.
It is the same exact thing as
If
Doc
you took
Ock.
Doc Ondar's robe off, I
What?
bet it's exactly the same outfit underneath, except for the
did-
little.
The scarf. The scarf wasn't there.
And then does he underneath his robe? Does he have that like lower piece that goes over his waist, or is it just?
Well,
like a
I'd have
body-
to go back to my video and see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I did it too, but I was like, I didn't take the whole thing. I got him in a tote because I've been redoing my room. So, but I think it looks pretty good. I think a lot of people want it to be in blue. I think what we're gonna get is, remember when we got that Kenobi, the Kenner Kenobi, where he had the orange outfit, and then we had that Jawa that was on card that was kind of like designed to be the Kenner version of a Black Series. They did that. Do you remember that orange robed Kenobi?
Yeah.
I
No,
think,
he was different. He was different.
oh, okay. So I think if we get the blue suited Hammerhead, he's going to come on like some sort of a card like that, probably.
Yeah, no, it will. Yeah, they'll make like a Kenner version.
Yeah. Or oh yeah, you know what? Maybe he'll come in like that box, like the Boba Fett, right?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, maybe it'll be a Comic-Con exclusive that will just be readily available on Hasbro Pulse to everybody. Anyways, I think everybody wants a Hammerhead in their collection. I think it's really good that they are doing these characters finally.
how can
But
you not?
I do wonder though, are the pants like is that just like a thing that was put over him?
Hold on, I got to figure this whole.
Do you know what I mean? Like, are those pants the same?
Yeah, I think everything is the same except for what they did was they just added like a skirt and then maybe like a chest piece or something like that. Let's pull it
Right.
up. Okay, hold on.
Mm.
Because the arms look the same, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, it may just be the skirt piece and the belt that got added, John.
Yeah, right.
And then the hood and then the little hood piece. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Could be.
All right. Hammerhead. Everybody's gonna be. Did you guys all pre-order this, by the way?
Is it pre-orderable already? I don't
I believe-
remember even.
Believe it. When I did not pre-order. I'm just gonna roll the dice and hope that I can pick it up at Target or something.
Mr. B did say same body, different head.
All right. What about these O-ring Ghostbusters action figures?
They're
Whoa.
cool, but weren't they too expensive?
I don't know. I don't know how much they were. How much were they, everybody? $5 million? $1 million.
G-Force will get his Hammerhead at Ross. I don't know if that
Mr.
one
B, it's a
made.
different head sculpt. G-Force, he's going to wait for it at Ross. Jonathan saying it's $45.
45.
45 smackaroos.
Was that for all four?
I think that's for all four. I think
I mean,
they look
that's
pretty cool. I'm not going to get them because, I'm not Don't need any more O-ring figures. All my current O-ring figures are in some sort of a box. So I don't even have them out. Well, okay, that's not true. I have probably 5 of them out, which are the Scarlet, the Duke, the Baroness, Destro, and then I have one guy in this little helicopter way up on the top shelf.
Are those Hasbro?
Yeah, these are Hasbro. $44.99. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's see. 10, 20, 30. That's like $12 a figure, $11 a figure.
I mean, that I don't know. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's all right.
They're not able for order yet, though, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought, yeah, maybe they're not. And then do they come on a card back? Is what Jonathan's asking. I think we're gonna have to like see. But here's the photo of them at WonderCon out there, glued down to these little plastic stands in front of the Ecto-1.
Looks pretty.
Whoa, wait a minute. Why is Hammerhead a deluxe figure?
Because they know
What
you
the
want them.
crap?
They can.
Evil bastards.
All right.
Oh, because he comes with 3 cups.
Yes.
Like Bib
Yeah, there you
Fortuna.
go. I forgot.
Yep, he's got 3 little cups that come with him like Bib Fortuna.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I see.
And owl.
And then Mondo decided to put out another 1/6 scale, and we had the tease last week, which was the Tila's head, but this is the figure, and it comes with all of that stuff for the incredibly low price of $250. I don't know how much it is. Is it
Looks
$250?
good.
Was it?
I think they're expensive. I'm gonna go over there and look because it's pre-order. It's 1/6 scale. It's $250 to add it to your cart. It comes in at 11.5 inches tall. It's cool. I'm just not gonna spend that kind of money.
That's a great looking.
But Sunny has pre-ordered the figure. Yeah, the Ecto-1 is 60. So to get the Ghostbusters with the Ecto-1 is going to be like $100 basically, right?
That's the same Ecto-1 that they released with the first movie, right?
I think so, yeah. Just probably retooled or something like that.
Yeah, it looked like it. The only difference was I think that one had the really dark, rusty front end. That picture you just showed looked kind of bright.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had it, and it was it's super detailed, man. You even comes with the little RC truck.
Oh, that's cool.
You could take it out. Yeah. It came with it was like you could set it in there, the cannon and the gunner's chair.
It's a shame that they didn't try to do a HasLab of a 1/12 scale Ecto-1 to go along with their action figure line, which has vanished. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so Tila was $250. Sunny's got her. She said the heads are stunning. It is a great looking figure. It's a little bit below my above my price range for me, but it does look fantastic. And then the Joker Mobile, John.
Yeah, this is cool. I don't get them, but it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look really, really cool.
Do you know what I did end up ordering of DC? Is the skull, or no, sorry, it's not DC. I ended up ordering the
MOTU thing,
the Masters of the Universe skull ship.
Yeah, that ship looks really cool.
Yeah.
These animated figures are about 5.5 inches tall, right? So I'm thinking that you might be able to get like a classified figure inside that Joker Mobile.
Yeah, you could.
And if you just changed that face and made it look like a Cobra,
look at that.
You can have a Cobra Mobile.
But does it actually light up, or is that just fake?
I don't know. You never know with the McFarlane pictures, right? Because none of them come with those really cool city dioramas either. All right. The collector. All right.
He says awesome.
Animated are 6-inch, but McFarlane does undersize his vehicles. Yeah. Yeah, I have that 66 Batmobile, and I can get my Star Wars figures in there, but they do stick up a little bit over the canopy.
Yeah, they are. That is a little small for the figures. You're right.
Yeah, that's not what those is. That's not the McFarlane Universe ones.
No, this is the the animated, right? McFarlane.
Yeah.
Yeah. The new wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just saw. What did I see in the store today? I hadn't seen it before. Killer Croc came with baby doll.
Oh, and he looks cool though, doesn't he?
He does. Almost. Yeah. I was like, man.
You were this close. I know you were this close.
I was.
All right. Okay. Then we got the Cobra Ferret Scout and Cobra Ferret
This is cool.
ATV, which immediately sold out after 2 hours of being.
Except the gun. The
online.
gun is on the wrong side.
No, that the rear gun is made to be on a turret. So every once in a while, it will move over and point at the driver's back. And then when she hits a rock, it will automatically discharge, eliminating the Cobra soldier from any threat.
Killing her.
G.I. Joe.
Sounds like the friendly fire on Helldivers too.
Yeah.
It does have a winch on the front, which is kind of cool. Let's see. And then did you pre-order this?
I'm trying to remember.
I was thinking about it. I did not do it because I was like, I want to. If I'm going to pre-order it, let me add something in there so I can get the free shipping. You know what I mean? And then I kind of waited a little bit too long and I missed out. And so I'll probably have to catch it when it goes back up again, which means I probably won't get it in July. I'll probably have to get it like afterwards. G-Force is saying he missed it. It's very nice. In the 70s and 80s, the winch would work. I think this winch is going to work. I think it's going to be just like on the Vamp, where you're going to have to turn it. The rubber tires, probably, right? Left Coast is saying if it has rubber tires, I think it's probably definitely some sort of like tires, just like the Vamp, where they feel rubbery or whatever. Blacked Out Ewok, as we say in Britain, don't stick a ferret. Okay, all right. I'm going to get in trouble for reading that one. I did not know they said that in Britain, but looks like a Polaris ATV. Yeah, you know what? Wait. Is G-Force the one that was showing off an ATV that he bought that fits this? That fits a 6-inch figures? Because I also bought an ATV at the swap meet once. It was a Mattel ATV, I think, and I think it works pretty good with the Joe size or whatever. I don't have it out. I have it put away right now, but anyway, Shane got multiples. I'd like to know what multiples is. Is multiples more than 5 and less than 10, or is it a whole army of them? 25 or more. I'm just trying to get a gauge at how much you spend in 1 week on action figures. All right. Anyways,
well, I did.
What?
I did order 3 snow serpents though.
Nice. The retro ones.
Because the last one, the deluxe one, I didn't want an army build, and it never went for super cheap. So when I saw this one, I was like, well, I could keep one on card and open 2 more and put the 2 with the one that I already have, Even though they're slightly different colors, it'll still look like an army of them. I could pretend
right.
I could pretend the deluxe one is like the commander, right?
Right. All right. G-Force says he did a snowmobile, which is kind of cool. I like to get a snowmobile for my snow job. Anyway, I think they will make the battle bear. Probably.
Cat.
Yeah, the snowcat should be next.
The battle bear.
That's pretty.
The snowcat would probably be a HasLab though. With all those missiles, with all those missiles, and
I think a snowcat could be like a Vamp, and they would just do $140 or something like that.
Yeah.
I agree. I think because if you look at the original, it's not. I mean, it just barely fits those 2 figures in the front. It's not that big.
Yeah, but it fits 2 figures in the back and 1 on each side, so you got 6 figures on that thing.
Well, standing, but you could do the same thing with the Vamp.
There's no pegs on the Vamp, though.
Standing. Have you seen Gridiron Studios coming out with all their accessories for the Vamp? No. I'll pull those up right after we finish the slideshow, and we could talk about that in a second.
I like these card backs. I'm glad they're bringing back these more of these.
Yeah, let's power through these Marvel Legends that like everybody's gonna run out and buy.
But so we got not this character. No, not this guy. No.
John pre-ordered 7 of Count Nefaria because he loves when they paint a plain muscular body and stick a big unruly cape on him that only stands in one position.
Yep.
Didn't get it.
I'm being really bad today, but Count
Didn't
Nefari,
get it.
they were really excited about announcing this too, by the way.
I like the card backs, but nope, I'm not in on these so far.
What about
Nope, not this Iron
Model
Man either. Nope.
1 Gold
Nope.
Iron Man?
Don't we already have like 3 of these? 3 gold
Yeah.
Iron Man?
I think the silver one was it. I like that version a lot. I'll tell you why I like that silver one. You know, the one they came out with last year or whatever. Is because
one of my 60.
Yeah, one of my favorite comics is when Jim Rhodes is wearing the Iron Man costume out. He's Iron Man because Tony Stark was off recovering from his alcoholism, and Jim Rhodes's brain was being messed up by the Iron Man helmet because the electronics were tuned for Tony Stark, and then Tony Stark basically has to go get his original Iron Man, that silver outfit, and he fights Jim Rhodes. Using he obviously is not going to outfight the armor, right? So he had to be, smarter type of thing, and then he ends up kind of defeating the suit and stuff like that. But he still leaves Jim Rhodes as Iron Man. I did like that outfit for that. That's like one of my favorite books.
That was the silver.
The silver, yeah. Model 9. I do like this one because of those 1970s bell bottoms.
Thrusters, yeah.
Yeah, now this one I may end up getting just because I want it on the cart, and I'll never open it. I'll just get one and leave it on the...
Come ripped out and get thrown into that Hall of Armor that I only got because John did a video of that Hall of Armor stuff from the Toy Box. Is that Toy Box?
Yeah, wasn't it Disney's Toy Box?
Let's see. The gold.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like I got the ferret either. I didn't see it. I guess in time.
Yeah, you missed out, John. It's sold out.
I know. I'm not. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's gonna ruin my entire.
You might as well just like get rid of
your. Give up right now. Yeah, got to get rid of them all.
All right. Anyways,
no, I like this version because it's so much like the card art and everything, and
yeah,
I'll just keep it on the card because it's not. It is a little too cartoony, but
yeah, I do.
I do
like these boots.
I have the originals of these figures. You know, some of them on cards, so it's cool to get this card art as a 6-inch. You know.
Do you know like Iron Man has all this like armor and then he has this like space armor? These boots remind me of the one that he has for that space suit, where it's like like a rocket.
Well, when I was a kid in the wintertime, we had boots called moon boots that we wore, and these are what they were. Yeah.
Oh, so this might be for cold weather rather than...
this is moon boot. This is upstate New York, cold weather.
All right. I do think this one's
going
cool.
to elementary school in your moon boots. Yep.
Dan saying it looks like Space Ghost Custom.
There you go.
Dr. Nefario.
Oh, Nefario, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Shane said that the gold guy looks too plasticky.
Yeah.
What about I don't need another... This just seems like
modern armor.
Mark 7 through 15 to me.
we've seen this one before.
Yeah.
Now, do you notice anything about these Iron Man? All these figures have exactly the same card.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Because they're Iron Man, right? But they're all the same.
Well, they had the same card art in the old ones. That's probably why.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then. So, all right, let's move on. What about Marvel's Whiplash?
Yeah, Whiplash is a good one. He was in the original cartoon. I would get that one.
And they said that the whip is kind of like a bendable plastic, not like a wire, but like a little bit bendable, so you can get
bendable plastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what they did? They had Scotty come from the 24th century, and he was able to like talk to the computer and create bendable plastic.
Yes, that's right.
I think they said it did not have a wire, right?
But it was computer.
It was you're able to manipulate it somehow.
But what they really should have done was the blind guy. The what was his name in the original cartoon?
Whiplash?
No, the blind guy, the blind old man. Hold on. Like, it's here somewhere.
What was he talking about?
He doesn't.
Iron Man 90s cartoon.
See, he's on his phone. He's just
Blind
John shows
guy.
up every week and TikToks while we're on this live stream.
Yeah.
And sometimes he even makes another live stream talking about.
So I put in who is the Iron Man 90s cartoon blind guy, and it comes up Iron Man was in a cartoon in the 1990s. Yeah, no shit. That's what I'm asking. Who was the blind
was
guy?
The guy named the Century?
Yeah, that might have been him. Yeah.
All right. Then the person to ask is Shane Shooter down here.
Yeah, Shane.
All of the answers.
Yeah, Shane's got all the answers.
I agree, Jonathan. That way it does look like without the flame. It looks like the Ghost Rider chain.
Yeah,
without the flame.
All right, and then we have, of course, She-Hulk, which was the best Disney Plus Marvel show that they've shown.
Grade A.
This one actually is pretty good. You know what I wish, though? I wish they would have given her. I keep saying I don't like soft goods, but in this situation, if they would have put her in the suit, that soft goods suit that they did with that original kind of version, I think that would have been kind of a cool little add-in, right? To have the little business suit that you could take off and then she's in the outfit.
Oh, yeah. That would have been cool.
Especially because of the throwbackishness of it.
I like the hair.
Yeah, I think that this looks really cool. I'm in for it.
I'll probably
probably because it's Hulk in the name, right?
Yeah. I'll get it. I'm sure I'll get it. I mean, I'll gauge it to see when they come out and see how many they have, and if it's like that Mary Jane for the Spider-Man series, where they just sat there and ended up going on clearance.
Yeah. All right. I think that is all of the toys that they're peddling this week. The only other thing that we got going on this week is Name It in 30 seconds. Did you want to play, Dan, or is John going to play?
I don't mind playing.
What are we playing? What is the game?
Okay, it's
Name It in 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds. Who from the chat would like to jump onto the live stream and play against John in Name It in 30 seconds? Just raise your hand and we'll send you the link. Actually, I'll just send the link, and then the first person to jump on the screen will be your challenger. Last week, we had to strong arm Gary's Grills into jumping in to play against
no one would play
graphics because everyone thought that Rick knew everything about everything.
If Shane comes on, he's already proven he knows more than I do. So Shane should just come on and win.
Not everybody jump up at once to take on John.
It might be me versus John here. Bro.
Name It in 30 seconds. We can always do that if nobody jumps into the next minute or two. Anyways,
what were we going to circle back around and look at?
Okay. Let me do that while we're waiting. What was
not it? Again. Gary's like, not again.
Is he? Oh, he can jump in if he wants to play.
Northern Nomad.
Oh, Northern Nomad. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, can you hear us? Northern Nomad, can you hear us?
Hey guys.
Hey,
there you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull this up really quick before we start playing because we did say we were gonna do this. Share screen. Okay, so Gridiron Studios. Oh shoot, did not pop up.
Accessories for the vamp.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay, somehow it's not letting me share the screen for some reason.
Oh well.
All right. Anyway,
I know him from that store too. So.
All right. Gridiron Studios has like a couple of pieces that clip on to the existing vamp to give you like there's a driver side and a passenger side like gunner position, and then there's like a box, and then they have like a roll bar thing that
yeah.
raises the rifle up on the back, and then now they have a gunner seat with 2 little foot pegs, so your guys can like stand on the back.
Huh.
That's what I was going to show. It's too bad we can't look at that because, anyways.
Yeah, neat. It's probably $100, right?
All right. So we're going to play this game. It's called Name It in 30 Seconds. Northern Nomad, where are you from? And welcome to the show.
North.
Minnesota. I'm just outside of Minneapolis.
Nice. Is it cold up there?
No, it's gotten a lot nicer actually. Hopefully.
All right. Did you see us play last week, or is this your first?
This is my first time playing.
Okay. All right. We just started this. It was last week. We'll let you go first. I've got a clock here. It's got 30 seconds. Dan's going to help me keep count. I'm going to show you the slide.
What are you going to give Dan your phone like through the internet?
No. He's going to help keep count because you got to name it in 30 seconds. So Northern Nomad's going to go first. John Johnnerhead's going to go second. You're both going to have different questions. We're going to do 2 rounds, see who has the most at the end of the round. And then we'll either disqualify some of the answers or not. I'm going to show the slide. I'm going to read what's on it. Then I'm going to start the timer. Unfortunately, there are no prizes. It's just you get to walk away with the
pride. You're just like
the pride to know it. Who knows more and who can name it in 30 seconds. You ready?
Okay. All right.
All right. Northern Nomad, you're going first. Name as many Arnold Schwarzenegger movies as you can. Go.
The timer started.
Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, Terminators 1, 2, 3, 4. The Running Man, the first Predator movie, Kindergarten Cop.
All right, and your time is up.
All right.
I think you got 9 or 10 there.
9.
9? Yeah.
Last week, I will tell you, last week, what we did was we actually disqualified Rick for saying Star Trek 1, Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3 because because they all actually have names. So it's
well, that's Terminator 2 is just Terminator 2, isn't it?
So that's 2.
I mean,
but isn't it 3 Rise of the Machines or something like that?
I don't know. I don't care.
Anyways, okay, so that's 9. We'll just go with 9. Is that what you got, Dan?
It was 8. It was 8.
All right, 8. Okay.
All right, 8.
So, John, this is your chance, right, to get some points on the board. Are you ready?
T2 is T2 Judgment Day, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's right.
That's right. You got the points.
Was Jingle All the Way one of his too? Was
yeah.
That Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yeah. See.
All right, are you ready, John?
Okay, I'm not doing the same thing.
Name as many Sylvester Stallone movies.
There aren't that many. There aren't that many.
Oh, there's plenty.
Over the Top, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky wasn't it Balboa or something? And then there was First Blood Rambo, right? Or was it First Blood 2 Rambo? Then it was Rambo 3, and then I think wasn't there Rambo and then Rambo Last Blood, and then they had
time has run out. And I counted 7. What'd you count, Dan? 1, 2, Dan, did you get a count?
6, 8.
All right, so you're saying that's tied
up? Well, I got 8, but I was because I was kind of losing.
He kept saying he kept saying Rambo and First Blood and Rambo and First Blood.
Well, because it was First Blood, and then it was First Blood Rambo, First Blood Part 2 Rambo.
That's not 2 different.
He had
what?
Rambo was the first movie, or no? First Blood was the first movie. No, the first movie didn't have Rambo in it. The first movie didn't have Rambo in it. It was just called First Blood. So I was correcting myself.
Okay, so you corrected yourself, and you can't get extra points. That's like tagging the same guy out.
And then I said First Blood Part 2 Rambo, because that's how it was, but it was actually called Rambo, then First Blood Part 2. And then it was Rambo 3.
All right, let's take a look at the chat. The Expendables, Judge Dredd,
the Expendables, Judge Dredd, Cobra.
Yeah, that was another one.
All right.
Yeah.
I know
and then there was Expendables 2, Expendables 3, Expendables 4.
All right, you guys
ready? Did have other names.
All right, Northern Nomad, you're gonna be going next. What is it tied now, or did you give him 7 or 8, or Dan? Did you count?
I mean, if we're counting the Rockies movies, he's got 8.
Okay, so tied. Okay, ready? Northern Nomad, name as many movies where the main character used martial arts.
Bloodsport. Oh God. Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee movies. Return of the Dragon. Game of Death. Chuck Norris movies.
Oh, time is up. I counted 4.
4.
All right. So you got 4 added to your score. The chat has jumping in and Left Coast Graphics. Karate Kid. Karate Kid.
I would have said Ip Man 2, Ip Man 3, Ip Man 4, Rumble the Bronx, Lionheart.
Come on. Yeah. Monday morning quarterback.
Mortal Kombat.
Let's see how well you do on this one. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Name as many movies where the main character used a sword.
Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, Beastmaster. Does Star Wars count? Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. Let's see, Ice and Fire, Wizards, and was it called just Wizards? Right. Let's see, the Beastmaster. No, I said that one. Dragon Slayer. I think time's up.
I would argue that Dragon Slayer doesn't count because I believe it was a spear.
I think it was a spear. You're right. It was a spear.
Star Wars?
I would almost disqualify all of your Star Wars movies because you didn't say Star Wars before the title of the film.
I didn't say Star Wars Episode 1, Star Wars A New Hope, But
you got a lot of help. Beastmaster 2, Blade, Conan, Highlander. I'm surprised you did not say Highlander.
Yeah, Highlander. That was a good one. Yeah,
Red. Excalibur even.
Yeah, Excalibur would have been one.
All right. So what is it? Tied, Dan?
So are we counting Star Wars? It's a lightsaber. Where's their sword play?
Those Star Wars movies.
What's that?
I'm asking Northern Nomad if he wants us to count those or not count them.
He calls it a laser
It's up
sword.
to you guys. It's your show.
Anakin calls it a laser sword.
I don't know, chat. Let us know. Are Star Wars movies swords? And did he get the titles correctly by not saying Star Wars before he listed off these?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. I could have named all the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah. Well, then you'd have to go Fellowship, Two Towers,
right? Yeah.
King.
Gary is saying you got no points, John.
We got one. Well, we got 1 and 1 because
Left Coast says laser swords count. Yeah.
Okay, but did he get the names right? Because you didn't say Star Wars: A New Hope, Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. I would like to know. Anyways.
Well, it's 5 or 10 depending on if we count those. So.
All right. So either way, right? What's the total?
Either way, we got 1. So it's it was 8 and 10, 18, and 12, or it's 14 and 12, one way or the other. Right.
So who won?
John.
Oh, okay. Well,
I won.
I guess either way it works out. Northern Nomad, John or Head has pulled out a victory, and we'll just say by 2 points.
By 1
but did
or
you
2
have fun
points.
playing?
Yeah, no, it was good.
Good questions, man. That was really good.
Yeah, yeah.
I have one that's a tiebreaker question,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's
Throw it up.
never
Let's
this
see.
time. We won't get to it. Anyways, did you have fun playing? No.
He's talking to you guys.
Do this
Sure.
again.
Yeah.
I'm just messing around.
No, it was good. It was fun.
No, those are good questions. And the funny thing was, like, I know it as soon as he asked, and you guys had that hesitant, you know, like if you would have asked me just in casual conversation, I probably could have rattled off 20 of them.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And
Like the ones that people are listing in chat. It's like, I
Yeah.
know those, but
Yep.
you can't think of it on the spot, you know.
Yeah. Well, you can, especially if you wrote the questions like I did.
And I almost said Game of Thrones, and I was like, oh wait, that's not a movie.
See you, Shane.
Oh
yeah. I would have been cheating because I got my I've got my movie shelf like right. I'm staring right at it.
Oh yeah.
Now, Northern Nomad, do you have a YouTube channel? Do you post anything on YouTube?
No, I don't have my own channel. I just go into other people's.
Oh, okay. I was curious because I was looking. I was going to share it in the link. Are you on social media at all?
I'm on. Yeah, I'm on Instagram under my real name. It's David Evans 7357.
Okay. Do you post any? Do you collect?
Yeah.
You have a big setup. Oh, look at that. Well, let me make you big screen.
Whoa.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
Dude, what are you doing?
I'm trying to make. Oh, I made you big screen because I was like trying to get it. You want to show us again?
Gets me all excited here. Yeah, I do. That was not.
Holy smoke, man! Look.
Oh,
wow.
Whoa.
That is awesome.
Are those detolfs?
No, that's the square things that you clip
Cubicles.
together.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Wow, that's cool.
Those are just plastic shelves over there.
Okay.
This is just my coffee table. It's my computer desk, and it's my TV stand.
Wow.
That is awesome.
That's really cool. I like it.
I want to get some glass detops eventually here, and yeah.
Grab them now, man. I don't remember where I read it, but I thought I'd read at somewhere that they were getting rid of them.
Yeah, that hurt you.
I've heard that for the last couple of years, but they haven't yet. Yeah, or they're redesigning them or something.
Maybe, yeah. Just the one that you know as the 14-inch standard now is going to be gone. I'm sure they'll replace it with a different kind, but then nothing's going to fit. So if you get the old ones, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Let me look up. I'll see if I can find that article.
So I know that like because these are the Billy bookcases from IKEA, and they lowered the price on them, which is
I
cool.
get Billy. They're really nice.
One of them is like $70 now,
and they make glass shelves for the Billy that are pretty reasonable.
You can put on the front.
No, I mean they actually make glass shelves too.
Oh, they make glass. Oh, I didn't know that.
So you can replace the wooden shelf with the glass. Yeah.
You're kidding me, really?
No, that's what I have in mind. Yeah, over here.
Oh, I'm gonna maybe.
I think they're like $18 per shelf though, so it can get expensive if you get a lot. But yeah.
Hey, Northern Nomad, what is your focus? Do you focus on any one line? Are you more Marvel, Star Wars, GI Joe?
It's mainly Marvel, Legends, and DC. The shelves over there are mainly Mattel DC Universe Classic.
Nice.
That's cool. Kurt is saying that you have an awesome collection and should show it off. And Rick from Left Coast Graphics is when he saw your collection, it was like all fire for him. So yeah, just letting you know, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently,
name every ninja movie. Was that last time?
No, I didn't. Somebody's giving me tips on like what questions to ask.
Oh, okay.
That will be. Gary wants to know.
Oh, Shokasugi ruled the ninja movies back in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gary wants a tournament of champions. So once we get a few more winners in here, maybe we'll do like a tournament of champions.
Oh, there you go.
Anyways, I just thought it'd be something. Last week I was thinking we got to do something a little bit different, maybe like liven it up a little bit towards the end, because we're sometimes I don't know how often you watch us, but like we'll sit here for like last 15 minutes and I don't know what we're talking about, but because I've zoned out.
Do you want to see what I've got? I know you don't do comic books. So you want to see what I got though?
Yeah, sure. Do you guys do comics? Anybody here?
Strong.
I don't know if anybody's interested in comic books. Oh wow, is that a reprint or is that an original?
No, that's original from the 60s. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, how much did that go for?
12 cents.
No, I mean, so you've had it in your collection since 1967?
No, I just bought it today, actually.
Okay, well, that's my question. How much did they get from you?
I think one of these, this one might have been $30, and then the other ones were in the teens. The other two were like 18 and 17, I think it was. So I got 84, which is the Super Adaptoid.
Oh,
and
nice.
Then
that's not ridiculous.
The Cosmic Cube one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Or maybe this one was 30 and the other two were 18 and 17, because this one's got the one of the first. It might be the first or second Red Skull.
Oh, interesting.
With the Cosmic Cube, I don't remember exactly. So
that's pretty cool.
But yeah, there's not many that I need from back then. But my comic store got a huge. Wait till you see the Avengers I've got on hold. He got a huge collection of all these comics from the 60s from Marvel, and there's a lot in there that I needed, and so my bin is like full of all these comics I'm going to be picking up. But he got me some, like, I need Avengers 1, 2, 3, like 5, 6, or no, I don't think I need 5. I think it was 6, 7, and 10.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll have all of the Avengers comics from when they started till now. And he got most of them. The only one he couldn't get me was number 1, because he promised number 1 to someone before me, so that person got it. But now he says, now you're next on the list for the next Avengers number 1.
Comes across.
Yeah, but like number 2, he's gonna sell me number 2 for around $100. But he said if I put it in the store, I'll sell it for $400. But because you want it, I'll sell it to you for $100. And then he's letting me pay it off in payments, so I don't have to buy it all at once. I can do like $20 or $30 every couple weeks.
That's cool.
But I also got 6, 7, 10, and number 3 I think is in there. So and number 3 is around $100 also.
Right.
So it's like I'm gonna have to pay these off in chunks. You know what I mean? But it's still like he's doing me a really good favor by letting me have them for a quarter of what he would sell them normally in the store. And then because he knows that I'm down to the wire where I just need these few issues to have a full collection, and he's rooting for me to have a full collection of Avengers.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been shopping with this guy even before I lived down here, because when I used to come down and visit my father when I lived in Seattle, I would always stop by his store because he's got one of those old school stores where it's just boxes of comics stacked from floor to ceiling, and you got to dig through everything, and it smells like old comic book. Like they've been in the same spot for like 60 years, So there's stuff hidden in the corners that are like, that he forgot about, So I was always digging. I'd spend hours in there just digging through boxes to find stuff I needed,
Right.
And so
cool.
I mean. Yeah, and now that I live here, I go there every week or two,
Yeah, I didn't get anything new this week, but I did do, well, that's not true. Nick Fury got
got a hairdo.
toupee this week.
Oh, very nice.
BOE 60s comics are Silver Age, BOE. Silver
Thank
Age.
you. I was just getting ready to ask a question. I don't know if you saw that or not, John.
Hey, Andy, or is it? Yeah, Andy and Josh, Holo Chronicles.
Yeah, Holo Chronicles jumped in. We had Gap
popped in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gap's here.
Awesome somethings. That's my brother, of course. Kurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. So
Kurt's been here. Yeah.
Everybody, right? Yeah.
So
All right.
So we
All
got to
right.
stop talking about your brother's feet, then, don't we?
Yes. Yeah, you're gonna
Okay,
have to
sorry,
stop. He's
I
gonna
didn't.
get
Yeah,
upset. Yeah. He's gonna
We
stop
don't want-
texting me. Anyways,
Uh,
what else you guys got before we wrap this up? Anything?
not a whole lot.
I think that's it. You know, we've been finding the episode 1 retro figures have hit the store. Thanks for Chris at 1000th Ghost. I think he was the first one in the group of us, our community, to clue us into that they were there. And then the like you were saying, the carded Duke, Scarlet, and Rakondo are showing up in stores.
Yeah.
Just got mine today.
Yeah, and they're being shipped out. So for once, those are being shipped at the same time they're hitting Target.
Every Target I go to, if I have the DPCI, they will look it up and they'll go in the back and get it. But one Target in my area told me yesterday that their new policy at that store is they will not look any items up for you anymore.
Yeah, they're just being lazy.
And
That's
I'm
an old
like,
policy.
and I just
They-
looked at the lady and I said, so what you're saying is if you have merchandise in your store and I want to buy it, you don't want to sell it to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I had one guy tell me that I was not allowed to buy something until it sat on the shelf for 30 minutes.
I think that's Target employees. Target employees, I think, have that policy that it has
Yeah,
to
but
be
I'm
out
like,
there.
I'm not an employee.
I know.
He said if I get it out of the back room, it's got to sit on the floor for 30 minutes. And I'm like, well, I'll stand here for 30 minutes then.
Right,
I
I'll
told him.
just stand right
I
next
said,
to
go
it.
get it. And he went and got it and put it on the shelf. And I just stood there. And when he left, I picked it up and went to the register. Because I was like,
that's funny.
what the hell? You know, like,
All right. You guys
Dedication.
got anything? Otherwise, we're going to wrap up and tell everybody to see us next week. Northern Nomad, you want to say anything before we hit the road?
No,
I enjoy your guys' podcast. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we really appreciate
Cool.
it. Thank you for coming on.
thanks for
And
joining.
challenging
Yeah.
John. Oh, sorry, Dan. I just cut you off.
No. We were saying the same thing. I said thanks for joining.
And Dan, you got anything you want to say to everybody, or are you just going to type it in the chat?
I'll just type it in the chat and sit here quietly as the third best.
All right, and I won't ask John because then he'll just go off on another tangent and talk about something
20 minutes.
completely
Yeah,
different.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week on the Toy Duo. Thanks for everybody who joined us in the chat and hung out with us for a couple hours on Saturday in the afternoon, late afternoon or evening, depending on which part of the world you're on. And we will see you next week on the Toy Duo team.
Stay awesome out there, everybody.
Toys, 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 toys,
Manly
toys,
toys,
toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys, toys.
And TV and movies too.